Howdy and welcome to my virtual studio. Today we're looking at Essential Elements, line number 12, First Flight. Some things to go over before we play it together the first time. Oboes, make sure you're using the forked fingering for F, that way we can get to E flat a lot easier. And we're also looking for patterns. Are there any notes that are repeating themselves? Is it in alphabetical order? Are there steps? Are there leaps? Anything like that. And we would like our goal to be to play 2 measures in one breath, which is 7 quarter notes. Take a big enough breath before we get started. Think about those 3 Fs. Firm, embouchure, full breath, fast air. And 1, 2, 3. So now let's make some improvements there. A couple things that you need to make sure that you're doing whenever you're playing repeated notes is to use enough tongue for us to be able to hear the rhythm. So if you look at measure 2 where I have my concert B flat, which is called C for my clarinet, we want to make sure that we're not stopping the air. That gives us kind of an unnecessary attack, and using enough tongue to be able to hear the rhythm. Right, if the tongue isn't making contact with the reed, the tip of the tongue to the tip of the reed, then you're not going to be able to hear that rhythm, and it's going to end up sounding like a dotted half note. And take a big enough breath during each of those quarter note rests in measure 2 and measure 4 before you take the repeat to be able to last 2 measures. If you can't make it both measures in one breath, that's fine, but try to make it as long as you can before taking a breath. Let's try it again. Firm tongue on any repeated note so we can hear the rhythms. And 1, 2, breathe. And hopefully the second time that you played it sounded a lot better. One more thing to keep in mind for brass players, if you're going from a concert B flat to a concert F, or trumpets from your C to your G, just make sure that you're making that air a little bit faster by making that aperture a little bit smaller to be able to comfortably get from the B flat to the C to avoid any kind of unnecessary pressure against your face. But that is line number 12 from Essential Elements, First Flight.